nutshell, the theme for this conference: fantasies. Whatever your wishes may bring, whatever your mind can imagine. As our state lecturers' programs take you this week from medieval times with witches, wizards, and knights, through the pirates, cowboys, monsters, and heroes of our past and present days. Keep your mind open, for without imagination, where would we be? Listen to the stories and see how the creations of our fantasies have led to the inventions of the present, how dreams have become realities, and how virtuous character traits have made impressions on us through youthful wanderings in our fantasies.
Do you know any stories about pirates?
Pirates?
Yes, pirates. Yes, pirates. I think they're great.
Pirates? You think pirates are great?
Yes, there's so much sword fighting and treasure and people being rescued and...
Just like Captain Jack Sparrow.
Who? He's the pirate in Pirates of the Caribbean, Grandma.
Well, there really wasn't a pirate named Jack Sparrow.
But there were lots of others.
Oh, yes, there were. There was, let's see, William Kidd, Henry Morgan, Blackbeard, and even Sir Francis Drake was a pirate, too, for a while.
I want to be a pirate, too. You can't be a pirate. You're a girl. All pirates were guys.
No, they weren't. There were at least two very famous women pirates.
Your grandma is right. They were Anne Bonny and Mary Read.
Grandpa, would you tell us a story now?
Oh, all right. I think I can think of one or two stories. You remember the story of Peter Pan, don't you?
Oh, yes. That's the story of Captain Hook. He's a pirate with only one hand and a hook for the other because the crocodile ate his other hand.
And Wendy and the Lost Boys.
That's right. Now, Peter Pan was a very resourceful young man. He had many friends, and it was because he did what was right that allowed him to win out over Captain Hook.
What did he do, Tom? I forgot.
Grandma, how could you forget?
Well, it's been a long time since we've talked about pirates.
It was like this. Captain Hook had captured Wendy in hopes of using her as bait to capture Peter Pan. However, Hook's plan backfired because of Peter's friendship with Princess Tiger Lily and her Indian tribe.
We're back. Tonight, we lost the girl Wendy.
I see. You did well, man.
Just you wait. So Peter Pan hears this.
My dear young girl, I am just about to make sure he does. Smee, take this note to Pan and tell him I'll be waiting for him near Indian Rock for an answer.
Yes, sir, Captain.
Let's get out of here first and set up our trap, man.
You see, I told you look at Captain Wendy.
What are we going to do, Peter?
Use our heads and outsmart the pirates, of course.
And I always wanted to be a pirate.
John, didn't your mother ever tell you that pirates were...
He did. Just, I didn't believe her. Now I know.
Quick, you two. We've got to get to Indian Rock.
But there's so many of them, and only us.
I think you know what to do.
Don't worry.
That's right. And Peter got Tiger Lily's friends to help stop Hook. They got to Indian Rock, surprised the pirates, and rescued Wendy.
Get ready.
Peter!
Not so fast, Pan. If you want the girl, you'll have to surrender to me.
Wendy, are you okay?
Yes, Peter, we're being trapped.
I know.
Got you now, don't I?
Come out now, boys.
Pirates, get out.
What are you going to do with it, Peter?
Check me, Smee.
I'm saving myself.
So that's what you meant earlier.
Yes. It's good to have friends you can count on.
At last, you landlubbers. When was the last time you sailed aboard a ship?
I bet you couldn't tell a mainsail from a missing mist. You mean you couldn't even name the parts of a ship?
Let's get some of these landlubbers up here and see how they do. Read it and take your positions, and we'll see if you qualify to be part of my pirate group. You guys whoever is ready to start, just take the microphone and take the microphone and start.
Many teachers look this way, at least that's what some children say. I'm going to the stern.
Every actor then and now, when he's through, he takes a bow.
Get to the right section of the boat.
To steer your course, you need no other. I'm the one who steers the rudder. Without me at sea, you would fail if you didn't have a sail.
When there's a middle and a pass, take out the piddle, and I'm the mast.
Although I'm heavy to lift, without me aboard, you'd be adrift. I guess I'm the anchor.
You're the water.
Hoist those sails, let 'em rip. I'm the captain of the ship.
I say you all make fine pirates, and here's a share of our prize. Some booty for you all. Let's give them a round of applause.
Happily ever after.
Oh, they didn't.
What do you mean they didn't?
Well, for one thing, for one thing,
I thought you didn't remember this story. Do you want to ruin the story for the kids?
no, but I don't know, I think maybe you should say something.
Now I bet I know a pirate story that did turn out for the best.
I bet it started with once upon a time.
No, actually it started out with a map.
A map?
Yes, a map to Treasure Island.
Well, that's just as bad.
What do you mean?
Well, in Treasure Island, you have pirates who mutiny, steal the ship, steal the map, also get everyone killed, and that doesn't include the fact that the pirate in charge was Long John Silver.
You're right. They do all those things. But it all works out in the end.
What do you mean it all works out in the end?
Watch and you will see.
And watch the boat wheel. Anything you say, you're the ones to say here.
Put down your weapons.
Ah, do as they say, mateys. Jim, you're coming with me.
No, he isn't, Silver.
He's in the safe. He's in the safe.
What was that?
Just the wind. I say, kill them all.
Easy does it now. We need them to dig the treasure.
He's right. Let's go. Only the boy give us the map.
I wonder now, could it be old Ben Gunn, who we marooned here years ago?
But I don't have the map.
What?
No, I gave it to the squire when he first came aboard the ship.
Then we don't need him alive now, do we?
Here's the map. Run for it.
Where are we going?
I'll be right behind you.
16 men on a dead man's chest. Ho, 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 and a bottle of rum. 16 men on a dead man's chest. Ho, 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 and a bottle of rum.
They'll never find it. I found it. Then I hid it again myself. Come on, Squire. It's this way to the treasure. I just wish there was something we could do to get Jim back. Those pirates won't hurt him while they think he's got the map.
We'll go after him as soon as we get to Gunn's hiding place. Secure it, Doctor.
Doctor, Squire.
Jim, how did you get away from the pirates?
It was Long John. He saved me.
Is that true, Silver?
Yes, it was. I could not see the pirates hurting the boy. No, sir, no siree. Ben Gunn. Oh. It was you that I heard.
I, Mr. Silver, that it was.
And what's this about the treasure being rehid?
That's what Gunn just said.
Aye, that's right, too. I hid it on the other side of the island. Then what are we waiting for?
Aye, we best be going there after it before those pirates find out the truth. Ah, that you can, Jimmy lad. That you can. When there's treasure around, me pirates knows which side to be on.
Like a story to be telling children either, Tom.
Why not?
Well, for one thing, Long John Silver gets away with the treasure.
No, he doesn't, Grandma.
He doesn't.
No, he only gets away with a little bit of treasure.
And they were going to give that to him anyway.
It still doesn't seem right.
Well, he did help Jim get away from the pirates and save their lives.
Yes, but
You see, Jane, it's what the others in the stories do that's important.
not the pirates?
That's right.
It's what Peter Pan and Jim Hawkins do, what Wendy and John and the Lost Boys do, what the Squire, the Doctor, and Captain Smollett do that matters.
That's right, Grandma.
Yeah, the pirates aren't the good guys.
Well, I know of one pirate in New Orleans and along the Mississippi that some people might have thought otherwise about. He was Jean Lafitte.
And people admired him?
That's right. You see, during the early part of our country's history, when the government was all concerned with what happened along the East Coast, it sometimes forgot that there were people living along the Mississippi River who needed help too. Lafitte was a captain whose ship traveled along the Gulf Coast and up the mighty Mississippi, bringing the settlers needed goods, cloth, supplies, and weapons too. He never attacked an American ship. As a result, he won the praise of the local rich and poor alike. And he later used his own personal prosperity to help other people too. When men were needed to keep New Orleans and the entire Mississippi River from enemy hands, Lafitte, despite the squabbling and near ruin he faced from American mediators, stepped forward to defend the people and the territory. There's even a national park named for him. And along the Mississippi below New Orleans sits the city of Jean Lafitte. To some, however, he is still a pirate. But to others, he lives on in the role of a hero.
Well, I, for one, am very glad that there are no more pirates today.
Oh, but there are.
There are?
Yes. Nowadays, people in business and industry have to be very careful or their products can be pirated.
Is that something like what's happening in the music industry, Grandpa?
Yes, it is. And that industry isn't the only one to worry about piracy. Why, even Bill Gates has to worry about software pirates. And even today, there are real pirates who sail the waters off the coasts of Somalia and the Southeast Asian waters. There, I said it right. There were 106 cases recorded in 1992, and in 2002 there were over 370 cases reported. That's one of the reasons our Marines are needed to protect our coastline as well as fight overseas.
I seem to remember something about pirates in San Francisco. Some Barbary pirates?
Yes, there were some pirates on the Barbary Coast, but that's off the coast of North Africa.
I definitely remember that it was San Francisco.
I can't turn the page. Oh, now I remember what you're talking about. But let's get it straight. Let me see that encyclopedia, Amanda. Uh-huh.
What are you looking up, Grandpa?
Uh-huh. There it is. Yerba Buena.
That sounds Spanish to me.
Well, it is. That's what San Francisco was originally called. When the cry of gold echoed throughout the West, the people thronged into the sleepy town of Yerba Buena.
Where flowers bloom in the sun.
1846, Captain John B. Montgomery led a party of Marines and sailors ashore from the USS Portsmouth. They took over the town from Mexico without incident and raised the U.S. flag in the plaza. The town was renamed San Francisco. And it says here that in 1848 alone, over 40,000 people passed through the port and helped the waterfront earn a notorious reputation.
What does that mean?
It means that there are a lot of criminals, robbers, and such.
Yes, people were even shanghaied onto foreign ships.
Shanghai?
Yes, that's what it was called because many times the ships sailed back and forth to China and were short-handed for the trips. But there was another group of pirates called the Barbary Pirates who sailed in the Mediterranean Sea. Thomas Jefferson was president at that time. And when the problem came to a head, the phrase, millions for defense, but not 1 cent for tribute, was coined.
I remember reading about them. The English had long tried to stop them, and even Lord Nelson of the British Navy fought against these pirates.
Aren't they the ones Gilbert and Sullivan wrote an operetta about, Jane?
Yes, they are. It was called Pirates of Penzance.
When I was a lad, I served the term as office boy to an attorney's firm. I cleaned the windows and I swept the floor, and I polished up the handle of the big front door.
We polished up the handle of the big front door.
I polished up that handle so carefully that now I am the ruler of the Queen now.
We polished up the handle of the carefully, and now he is the ruler of the Queen's Library.
You see, these pirates would capture and hold for ransom people from all different countries. The nation then had to pay the ransom for the person.
America was a young country and didn't like this idea which the other nations had just gone along with for so long that it had become a part of everyday life in the Mediterranean.
When Americans sent ships into the Mediterranean area, some of our people were captured. However, we wouldn't pay the ransom, and we sent in the Marines once more. This time, it was Lieutenant Stephen Decatur who saved the day.
That's right. And it was at this time that the Marines' hymn was written.
Isn't that the song that starts out with, from the halls of Montezuma to the shores of Italy?
That's the one.
Where's the halls of Montezuma?
That's the coast of Mexico along the Gulf of Mexico.
And they'll go right across the seas to the Mediterranean.
All over the world.
That's right. The Marines will defend our country wherever they are needed.
Just like Peter Pan and the Lost Boys defended China.
Oh, you're so right.
Would everyone please join in with the singing of the Marines hymn? I think everyone has those words to it.